everyone, my name is Kalyani from third year MZC. I am from TTWRDC Rajanna Silsilla Degree College. Today I want to give seminar in chemistry. In that my topic is chemical bonding. First of all, we want to know what is chemistry. Chemistry is a branch of science concerned with the substance which of matter is composed and the investigation of their properties and the reactions. For suppose such reactions are used to form new substances. This type of study is known as chemistry. Chemistry plays major role in our day-to-day life. For suppose why we want to know about chemical bonding means chemical bonding is mainly about stability of the structure and structural elimination of the molecules or compounds. For suppose if for suppose we take example as piece of chalk. This is a one substance. This substance is made by so many atoms. That atoms are get together and to form molecules. That molecules are get together to form this substance. So why the molecules are get together? Why the atoms are get together? What is the reason behind it means the electrostatic attraction forces are there. That electrostatic attraction forces are leads to form a bond. That bond is known as chemical bond. For chemical bond, this chemical bond is so many two types. So what are the what are the bonds formed, why they are formed, what is the reason behind it, these are all are known in this class. First of all, we want to see what is atom. First if we assume like this as atom, the central part of the atom is known as nucleus, and around the nucleus so many shells are there. The last shell is known as outermost shell, or it is also called as valency shell. In this nucleus protons and neutrons are there. These protons are positively charged, and in these shells some particles are there. These particles are negatively charged. These negatively charged particles are called as electrons. These positively charged particles are called as protons, and the neutral charge is known as neutrons. So this nucleus is middle of the atom, and the last shell is called valency shell. This valency shell leads to the stability of the atoms. For suppose in our nature so many different atoms are there, different molecules, different substances are there, but their stability depends on the valency electrons. For suppose in our periodic table the noble gases are there. In our periodic table is like this. This is our periodic table. In this periodic table, this is the first group, this is the second group, this is our third A, third B. This is like this. In this eighth group belongs to noble gases. In these noble gases, the valency electrons are 8. Means this 8, if any atom or any element is consisting of 8 electrons in their valency shell, they are get stable. Means for suppose as we take as humans as a example, when the human beings are go to any function or any ceremony, they are eat very well, and that time of at that time they can't able to move forward. They are uncomfort to move forward. Like that, if the electrons if the element having valency electrons 8, they are more enough to them, so they get stable. So the attraction forces are not exist, so they won't be react with any other molecules or any other elements. So they are inert gases. Inert gases means they won't be react with any other gases or any other molecules. This is our atom. This is about our atoms, and what the electrostatic attraction forces are there. For suppose if any atom having, this is our middle part, this is we already know what is this nucleus. This the last shell is known as valency shell. In that shell, if any atom have 7 electrons or 6 electrons, that atom feels like insufficient. That atom feels insufficient or incomplete. So another atom also like that 7 electrons in their valency shell. So these two electrons are get together, or electrostatic attraction are electrostatic attractions are between electrostatic attractions are between them. So these electrostatic attractions are in two ways. These electrostatic attractions are in two ways. One is mutual sharing or by transferring. These two, the way of approaching of electrostatic attractions, based on that way of approaching of electrostatic attraction, two types of bonds are formed. That bonds are two types of chemical bonds. So the in what are there means ionic bond and covalent bond. For suppose we see about chemical bond. If the attraction forces are takes place, that is called as chemical bond in two atoms. For suppose here here I will take oxygen atom. Two oxygen atoms. In this valency shell 6 electrons are there. For each oxygen, two electrons are two electrons they want to get octet. So for this they are mutually shared from this one electron, from this one electron. So and from this one electron, from this one electron. So there are 4 electrons are combined to form, to give a O2 molecule. So this is our, here the electrostatic attraction forces are existed. So this is our chemical bond. This the way of approaching. Here the sharing of electrons are takes place. When the transferring of electrons are takes place, here the covalent bond is formed. When the transferring of electrons takes place, here ionic bond is formed. Means the way of approaching gives the two types of bonds, ionic bond and covalent bond. Ionic bond, when the electrons are electron transfer is takes place in these two atoms, in between the two atoms, that is known as ionic bond. For example, here the level here, for example, ionic bond is mainly formed in the sodium chloride. The best example is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride we also used in our daily life. Mainly it is our main part in our daily life. Means for example, sodium chloride is salt. In our daily life, salt is very important. The salt NaCl. So we assume like this. It is a sodium atom. It is a chlorine atom. In this sodium atom, first shell have 2 electrons. Second shell have 8 electrons. And the outermost means valency shell have 1 electron. Means here valency electrons is 1. Here chlorine atom is there. This chlorine atom, first shell has 2 electrons, second shell has 8 electrons. In the outermost shell means valency electron have 7 electrons. For this 7 electron, it want 1 electron to get octet. So when it gain 1 electron, it will become 8 electrons. So it gets stable. That's why the sodium means it is a positively charged and the chlorine means it is a negatively charged. So this positive and negative charge both combine to form one bond. Here positive and negative charge both combine to form one bond. This bond is known as ionic bond. This is very strong bond. It is our ionic bond. Now we go to see about covalent bond. Covalent bond means the sharing of electrons takes place. It is known as covalent bond. When the covalent bond is formed, it is by the only sharing of electrons. First suppose here I am taking the example as CO2. In the CO2 central atom is C. So carbon is the central atom. In this carbon have 6 electrons in their valency. Carbon have 6 electrons totally. In that N1 means first shell has 2 electrons, valency shell has 4 electrons. So these 4 electrons, to get octet it want 8 electrons. And in oxygen also, in first shell has 2 electrons. In this outermost or valency shell has 6 electrons. It also want 2 electrons to get octet. So that's why these all molecules these all atoms are get mutual sharing of electrons, and they are stabilized. So for suppose here from here one electron, from here one electron, from here one electron, here one electron. These 4, and from here one electron, from here one electron, from here one electron. These 4. So these 4 and these 4 are mutually shared. For here the atom is stabilized like this. Here in this outer shell, here 8 electrons are there. Here in this outer shell 8 electrons are there. So these two get octet. So CO2 is neutralized. That's why when the electrons are mutually shared, that bond is called covalent bond. These are the types of bonds. What is chemical bond? When the electrostatic attractions takes place, that is chemical bond. The way of approaching, based on the way of approaching, the chemical bond is 2 types. One is ionic bond and another is covalent bond. Now by this, in the earlier so many theories are there, so many theories are proposed, and first theory is octet rule. In 1916, 2 peoples, means Gilbert Lewis and Walter Kossel, these 2 members have proposed the octet rule, but they are not able to they are not good able to propose this theory. That's why later it was revised and made better by the Langmuir. This Langmuir can say about the so many examples of the octet rule. For example, by Kossel approach is like this. When for example I want to take example as water molecule. In this water molecule, central atom is oxygen. Oxygen has 6 valency electrons. Further, in this 2 lone pairs are there, 2 bond pairs are there. Always bond pair has 2 electrons. So here oxygen is duplet, but hydrogen is duplet, but oxygen is octet. Means here 8 electrons are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons are there. This get octet. So here not only water molecule, there are so many examples like BeCl2. Another examples also there. These examples are for the incomplete octet rule. That's why next the next theory is Lewis dot structure. This Lewis dot structure means it mainly based on valency electrons. For example, I will take lithium and carbon. Here lithium has 1 valency electron, carbon has 4 valency electrons, and oxygen has 6 valency electrons. But here the thing is the paired electrons. In oxygen 2 here I write single electrons, but here 2 electrons are there. And means paired electrons are there. These paired electrons not involved in bond formation. They are not form bond. So here single electrons are go to form a bond. So first, how to write Lewis dot structure means, first of all, for example, here I take NO3 minus nitrate ion as example. For suppose, first we want to know count valency electrons. Here I already tell about what is valency how to see valency electrons means mainly depending on the group number of the element. Here nitrogen group number is what? 5. So 5 means here valency electrons also 5 in nitrogen. So 5 plus here oxygen is which group? 6th group. So here The valency electrons are how 3. And how many oxygens are there? 3. Sorry, valency electron 6. 3 oxygens are there. So 3A. Plus here one negative charge is there. That's why I want to put 1. So 6 into 3 18. 18 plus 1 19. 19 plus 5 24. Here I get 24 electrons, means this nitrate ion has 24 valency electrons. So first of all we want to take central atom as least electronegative atom. Here oxygen is 6th group, nitrogen is 5th group. Here the least electronegative atom is nitrogen. So nitrogen is least electronegative atom, and I'll write the central write the electronegative atoms around it, around the central atom. So here I want to put single bonds to the central atom, and first of all we want to complete the octet to the surrounding atoms, means here 3 oxygens are there now. That's why here we want to octet completed. So first here 1 electron is there, 1 electron. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here 7, here 8. That octet is completed for this, means surrounding atoms are completed. When here for surrounding atoms octet is completed, but what about central atom? When the central atom when we want to get central atom octet, that's why we mainly put covalent bond to that central atom. For example here 24 electrons. First we want to